What's up, Stat Collectors? It's your boy Hstats, back again with another one. And today, guys, I gotta tell you, it feels like there's some disturbance in the force. But let's talk about it on today's Statue Chat. All right, guys. So before we begin today's, discussion on Statue Chat, make sure you guys, those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. This way you'll know all about my up and coming content. So today I want to do things a little bit slightly different. Most of you know that, last week PCS launched the Grimlock Supreme Edition. And I'm going to give you guys a moment to leave some comments. I want to know what you guys think about this particular scope before I give you guys my opinion on what I think about this. So I want to give you guys a few seconds, and doing things a little bit different, this week. So just leave some comments and let me know what you guys think about this particular Grimlock Supreme Edition, and I'll talk about it. Have myself a little drink. Okay, so I hope you guys left some comments because, okay, so now some of you guys are not going to agree with me on my opinions today, and that's okay. This is why I'm asking you guys to leave some comments on what you think about this particular scope, because we live in a time where we can't really have an opinion without you being canceled. But hey, if I'm going to be real with you guys, I got to basically tell you what I think about this particular piece. So now, first, the price for the Grimlock Supreme Edition right now is selling for about $1,855. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now, and the height of this thing is, 30 inches, the width 24 inches, and the depth is 22 inches. The shipping weight they haven't disclosed yet, and I'm just basically looking through the pictures. So now, when I first saw this particular scope, it was during Sideshow Con, and in one of my videos, I know I was hesitant to critique this, but today, guys, it's going to be a really harsh critique. Now, at first glance, I absolutely get the concept, but I don't, because with this particular scope, I'm trying to figure out where was, PCS or the artist trying to portray. Is it the G1 Grimlock? Apparently it looks that way. Is it the G1 Grimlock Tyrannosaurus transformation G1? Or is it an update to the G1 Grimlock? Or I don't really follow the Cybertronian kind of concept. And I know there's been a lot of those action figures around. I'm usually like diehard G1 80s baby, but when I looked at this thing, I was trying to figure out, well, where was PCS going with this particular scope, because it's selling for a shitload of money right now. So what is it that they're trying to get us as, statue collectors to purchase something like this? So usually I like to take a step back. I usually like to, one is the artist, because as an artist myself, I like to see or try to get in the mind of the artist's portrayal. But honestly speaking, I cannot come to a conclusion. The only conclusion that I can come to, that honestly, this thing actually looks like PCS. They basically, I have a huge Transformers collections. I collect the G1 Takara Masterpiece Transformers because, as we know, I guess if you grew up in the 80s like myself, Transformers, if you was a Transformers fan, the G1 toys wasn't that accurate. But now they updated the stuff. It looks a lot better. Some of us who are, in our mid-30s to 40s are buying these action pieces because it's nostalgia. We love them. But it looks like, back to this statue, it looks like what PCS did, they took a Takara, and I'll put this in the camera. In fact, let me start with this first. they took a Takara masterpiece, and it looks like they just, I guess, copied it somehow, because this is the Takara masterpiece G1 action figure of Grimlock. And if you look at some of the pictures, it looks like what they did, they just glued this bad boy to what looks like an exploding water hydrant. And I'll show you some pictures of what I'm talking about and why I don't get it. Because if I wanted a Takara masterpiece action figure, I would have purchased it. But why, like, create a statue and put it on a base that looks like he's standing on top of an exploding water hydrant? This is what I don't get. And then to put like the transform Tyrannosaurus in front of the broken, I guess, the exploding water hydrant. I mean, I don't get it. So this is why I'm interested in trying to figure out, like, what do you guys think about this? Because I might be wrong. You guys probably already, some of you probably love the sculpt. But one of the biggest examples, this is why today I purposely push, you know, some of my Transformers collection statues in front of the camera, because this one, I did a review on it on the XM Studio Bumblebee, and this one is actually from PCS. You know, the G1. I call this the 3D dimensional 1980 series Transformers. Now, those of you who are die-hard Transformers fans, you got to really take a look at this, because this is not going to slide with you. And then to put a price of $18.55 on this, I mean, I'm confused, and I'm trying to figure out, because if you look at, like, let's say the back of the picture, I don't know if they're trying to give you the whole, like, effect of, you know, Grimlock transforming into the robot form, and there's this, like, kind of like translucency going on, but who, I totally don't get it, because that doesn't make any sense. If they wanted to basically give you the illusion of this transformation, why not just keep it in, like, just one color? Like, why give this? I mean, it looks like, is it like a spirit? Is this like air, and then you have like fire on the back? I don't know what's going on with this. You know, to be honest, I think PCS dropped the ball on this. It looks cheaply done. If this is polystone, that's cool. But all it looks like is that they took a Takara masterpiece transformer and try to make it into a statue. Because if you look at the G1 Grimlock masterpiece transformer, I mean, it's identical to this statue. And to put a price tag for $18.55 on this, you really expect for diehard fans to pay for something like this? I don't know. I mean, I think PCS is bugging the fuck out right now. I'm just gonna be real honest with you guys, because I'm trying to figure out if I don't know if you guys have seen, and I know most of you have seen already, why it won't come to my mind right now. I'm trying to think, but let me see. You've seen the XM Studios Grimlock, and now, being that I don't want to repeat myself, because I already did a video on the XM Studio Bumblebee, go check out that video. Just look at my playlist and you'll see my review on that. Now, I remember when I reviewed this bad boy, I said that, you know, the reason why I appreciate this sculpt, because although, you know, it is different, it's not the 100% 80s cartoon accurate series that we grew up on. The guys who grew up, guys and gals that grew up on the Transformers 80s series as children. Why I appreciate it, because you could still see the image of Bumblebee, Spike, and with that update, and it makes sense, because I'll take it back to like what I said in that previous video when Michael Bay, when we first saw the Michael Bay Transformers series, movie series, some of us didn't like the fact that he kind of like went away from the 80s cartoon accuracy. But if you read his bio, he gave you an explanation that if beings from another world, let's say, you know, android-like, robotic-like beings came from another universe and that was highly advanced, they would have to adapt to the physics and the anatomy of our world, and it makes sense. So now, looking at this, PCS Optimus Prime that I also reviewed. Now, this is what I grew up on. So that visualization, it stays in your head because this is the Optimus Prime that I love. And if you were, an 80s baby watching, the Transformers cartoon series, when Optimus transformed, the anatomy, the physics was always inaccurate. But is a 4 or 5-year-old really thinking about that? No. But why we appreciate a statue like this, because it just brings you back to that time. And now, if I want a toy, let's say for example, now you're grown, you're up there in age, and you can remember the fun that you had when you was a 4 or 5-year-old, 6, 7, whatever, and enjoying this series. And now, let's say, for example, Takora gave you an updated version of an action figure that was always inaccurate when you was a 4 or 5-year-old, but you wasn't really thinking about that. So you figured, like, this is nostalgia. I'm going to purchase this, and these things usually sell for, estimated price about, let's say, $150 retail dollars. You pick that up. You don't play with it, pause. You keep it, in a shelf, nostalgia. You're happy to have it. So now, another company, let's say for example, XM Studio, they come out with this Grimlock. I mean, it's massive, it's beautiful. And the only reason why I didn't purchase is because it's just like every other statue collector problem is like you start to run out of space. But that does not mean I will not pick that bad boy up in the near future. So I figured, okay, well, let's wait for the next version, maybe another manufacturer, because they don't want to admit it. I mean, seriously speaking, this competition, the competition is rising. We're having issues right now in the community with the high shipping costs, and all of a sudden the price of statues are just starting to just rise up. And then again too, I would like to say to people, capitalism has no soul. Now, if you're going to create something like this that, I myself, many of you who are passionate about, the 80s, and we're still out there. We're still out there. And I think that demographic range from like maybe mid 30s to like 40s. We're not going to buy something like this. It's because it just looked like you guys were trying to make some money, and I'm calling it out. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to be the bad guy. Like I said, this is a harsh criticism today. Usually I stay in my lane, but to put a Takora masterpiece action figurine on what looks like an exploding water hydrant and try to sell it to, I guess, people that are passionate about this hobby for that amount of money, I think that's disrespectful, to be honest. I think it's disrespectful. I think it says a lot because, my thing is, are you just trying to, is the company just trying to make some dollars because maybe in their shallow minds thinking that, because there's a group of people out there that love this particular expensive hobby because of, our passion, and we work hard and we buy purchases like this, and to just throw something out there? No. So I'm interested in what you guys think about this one. I might be wrong. I might be absolutely wrong. I might, just be, I guess, talking out of my ass or whatever, however you guys wanted to interpret it. But I'm giving you guys my honest opinion. I think this one is a fail. I'm interested to know what the community thinks about this this particular scope, because in my opinion, this is not worth $18.55. I don't care what details were placed into this particular statue. It's just not worth the money. Now, if you want to be fair and reasonable, I can say, well, this statue is probably worth, like, honestly, $400. This is what it should sell for, because it looks like an action figurine. I've shown you the Takora Masterpiece G1 Grimlock action figurine that I own, and I made a comparison to this particular statue, and I'm sorry, it just looks like someone took an action figurine and stuck it on what looks like a exploding hydrant. And I'm sorry I'm being repetitive, but I mean, when I saw this, I really thought, you know, something is off. So for those of you who agree with me, leave me some comments. And if you guys like my opinion, or if you like my video today that I basically put out there and put myself out there, shoot me some likes. And for those of you who are new to the channel and are just dropping in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. This way you'll know all about my up and coming content. And respectfully speaking, you know, PCS, you guys can't really get upset with me because your statue is sitting on my table. And I own plenty of his stuff, but we just want to see quality. We want to see, you know, when I did a review on the Optimus Prime PCS, and then when I first saw it, I was like just really, you know, taken back, because they gave me exactly what, you know, we carry with us. But I don't know, this Grimlock Supreme or whatever you call it, I mean, I'm sorry guys, but this is not a Supreme. This is, it looks like someone just wanted to make some money and they threw an action figurine, you know, on a base, and you have the transformed Tyrannosaurus. I'm still trying to figure out like what that what this fire thing is all about, what the lava effect is all about, because it just looks, I don't know, this thing just looks bad, you know. But I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. But you know, again, sorry for the rambling. Guys, really leave me some comments. I mean, some of you might love this particular scope, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's a free country. You have the right and your will to like and love whatever your heart desires. But I've been following, you know, this series for way too long. I mean, for almost like 38 years. So, I mean, and I still love the series. I still appreciate it. I still watch, you know, the Netflix, you know, Transformers series that's currently out right now. I think it's a good series, but it's just no way in hell I think, you know, this particular scope is worth that amount of money, $18.55. It just looks like a lazy job, sloppy, and I mean, maybe there's a collector out there that's totally fell in love with this particular scope. If you're out there and you have plans on buying this particular scope, I am more than likely to be interested for you to leave a comment, and when, you know, you purchase it and arrives, I'll be more than happy to watch your review on that. And I might be wrong, but sorry for the harsh criticism, you know, Stat Collectors, but today I have to give you my honest opinion. But I think PCS need to go back to the drawing table on this one. So with that said, I hope you guys like my review. I hope I didn't piss off too many people. That's not my intention. But I got to keep it real with you guys. Keep your stats up, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, but don't go anywhere. Check out my review on PCS Optimus Prime exclusive museum scale. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. Peace.